Okay everyone, today I've got something a little bit different, a little bit interesting. Something I like to do is look back on old YouTube channels that I used to be subscribed to. I used to like when I was a bit younger that now I'm not so interested in, and I just like to check in, see what they're up to nowadays, that sort of thing. One of those that we're looking at recently was Captain Sparkles, and I actually discovered that he has a bunch of other channels now, which are sort of interesting, and being as I do a lot of music related things on this channel, the one that interested me the most was this one, the Marin Music channel. I thought this was really interesting, and looking down the videos tab you can see that there's actually multiple artists on, so I'm sort of wondering whether it's more like a record label that you set up. But what's even more interesting than that is you can see here that Captain Sparkles, or Jordan Marin I believe his real name is, actually makes music himself. So what I thought I would do is line up a few of these tracks, see what they sound like, and give my take on them, because I kind of find it interesting that this guy who I know from playing Minecraft all the time, and still does play Minecraft, makes music. The first one I've lined up is this Midnight Drive track, and the reason I picked this one is because it's on his front page. It's kind of like the advertisement for this channel. Let's take a listen, see what this is like. Okay, it's incredibly dancey. Turn this down a little bit. So I'm guessing that by these sort of graphics and how and what I'm hearing that this is going to be dance music that he's making then, all electronic stuff. I'm potentially not the best to comment on this because a lot of dance music to me sounds the same. I feel like production-wise there could be more processing and interesting things done. But I guess if he's doing it like a lot of producers, he might have mixed it so that it works in mono. So that would make sense. Although, no, because I can hear things pan directly into each ear, so maybe not. Got some sort of classical vibes going. There's definite shape to this music. It's better than some of the things I've reacted to on this channel. Although saying that, it's not bringing anything. Here we go, we're going to get a drop. Or at least a build, I don't know. I like the tones that he's using, it's pretty good. Not heard anything that I haven't heard before, but at least it's decent stuff. I do think the drums could definitely be louder in the mix. That kick and that snare is not hitting anywhere near as hard as it should do, really. Here we go. Okay, all right, that's kind of fun. It's not as hard as it could have been, that drop, but it's nice. It's fine. I suppose if this is a guy who focuses on Minecraft most of the time in gaming videos, if this is more of like a hobby, it's pretty good for someone who's it's not like their main job or anything like that. There's some techniques used here that show he knows what he's doing, at least to like a fair bit. So I can hear some, for people who know what it is, I can hear some sidechain compression going on for sure to get that kick to cut through. But I would have mixed the drums a little different to this because they don't hit as hard as they could. That's my main criticism, I think. Other than that, I think it's pretty decent. Yeah. Okay. How's this gonna end then? Right. You know what? I'm I'm fairly impressed. There's some techniques that show he knows what he's doing, some things that could be a bit more refined, but overall, yeah, it's alright. So next I wanted to line up his most recent track that he's done. Let's listen to Moonbeam, see what that's like. I'm guessing it's going to be another dance track, so here we go. Right, I can hear and feel that kick a little bit more in this. These graphics are pretty cool as well. There's always cool graphics in these sorts of dance things though. This is definitely mastered better because it's just generally louder. The drums are slightly higher in the mix, which is good, but I would still say it needs to be a bit more. It's a little bit better. I just like the general vibe of this a bit more as well. Ooh. It's like your standard build there. Okay, cool. No, this. I'm liking this one a little bit more. It's a similar sort of deal. There's not like much of a genre shift on, and it's similar styles of tones and everything. So it's almost sort of like a typecasting into this specific genre. But I mean, if that's all you want to do, it's doing it pretty good. I can hear some things that are slightly more refined processing wise. I'm guessing we're going to go head towards a drop now. Let's see if this drops as underwhelming as that last one. The last one was a tiny bit underwhelming, it was alright though. It's going to be a long build to this one, I can tell. That's not a problem. That's it's good as long as it a long build is good so long as the payoff is good as well. Like these drums need to start hitting harder. That kick's still filtered. That kick should have a filter sweep so it's not as dead. Okay, the drop worked better then. There's a few things that seem to have missed out that could have helped it as well. What's good for a drop like this and this sort of music is if you take out more and more bass frequencies so that when it does a drop and you want that big thump of bass in there, it gives you more impact. And it was missing that, so that's something that I would tweak. It's like I sort of said in the last one, it's all good and creative, and there's some stuff that I'm impressed by, but there's some stuff that feels like it's a bit left out. You can tell it's not done by someone who does this all the time like who's a professional DJ, for example, or something like that. I think I've heard enough of that one. I get the idea, and I don't want this video to be 10,000 years long. So that one was his most popular one. I sorted the videos by most popular. So looking down this list of sorted by newest, it looks like Captain Sparkles himself hasn't done one for a long while. Right, so that was some of Captain Sparkles' music. It does seem that 90% of the music on that channel is by other artists, so I'm guessing it's more of like a music label or like sort of a channel that promotes other electronic artists. But today we looked at a couple that Captain Sparkles himself did, and I think there's a couple more on there that I could have a look at if you want me to. For today, that's the end of the video. Hope you liked it. Check out the links in the description. There's plenty of stuff there that you might enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Woohoo!